Picture this. You're standing in a crowded bar, the kind where the air buzzes with possibility. You've got it all, $156,000 in the bank, a physique carved from 2 years of relentless gym sessions, a car that turns heads, a wardrobe that screams you've made it. On paper, you're the guy every dating coach swears women dream about. But then you talk to a woman, and it's like shouting into a void. She's polite, sure, maybe even goes on a date. But there's no spark, no chase, no fire. You're always the one texting first, planning, proving yourself. It's exhausting, and deep down, it stings. Meanwhile, your buddy living in a cramped studio driving a beat-up '98 Honda, no credentials to flex, has women blowing up his phone, begging for his attention. What the hell does he have that you don't? Here's the hook that'll stop you in your tracks. Everything you've been taught about what women want is a lie. It's not your money, not your muscles, not your status. It's something deeper, something most men never figure out. Today, I'm going to rip apart the myths you've been fed and show you why women chase some men and ignore others. This isn't just about dating. It's about becoming a man so magnetic the world can't look away. Stick with me, because this will change how you see yourself forever. Let's dive into the pain, the raw ache of being the invisible man. You've done everything society told you to do. You've grinded, hustled, built a life that checks every box. Money, looks, status. You're the guy who's supposed to have women falling at your feet, but instead you're stuck in a cycle of lukewarm dates, half-hearted texts. You feel like you're auditioning for a role you'll never get. Every time you put yourself out there, it's like you're screaming, "Look at me," but getting nothing back. Just polite nods. It's not just frustrating, it's a gut punch to your pride. You start questioning your worth, wondering if you're missing some secret code. And then you see that guy, the one who seems to have nothing going for him. Yet women are obsessed. They're texting him at 2 a.m., rearranging their lives to be near him, while you're lucky to get a maybe for a second date. It's not just unfair. It feels like the universe is playing a cruel joke. You're not alone in this. Most men have felt this sting, the quiet rage of being overlooked, despite all their effort. It's the hunger for respect, the fear of being trapped in a life where you're always chasing, but never chosen. Now let's tear into the truth behind this pain, because here's where the game changes. You've been sold a lie that female attraction is a checklist. Get in shape, stack cash, learn some smooth lines, and women will flock to you. That's the blueprint society's been drilling into your head since you were old enough to care. But that blueprint is a trap. Women don't fall for your resume. They don't get addicted to your bank account or your biceps. They get addicted to you. The raw, unfiltered energy you bring when no one's watching. This is about something called sexual market value discrepancy, a hidden force that drives every case of female obsession. Women only go wild for a man they perceive as above them. Not in wealth, not in looks, but in presence, confidence, the way he carries himself. And here's the kicker. That perception isn't about what you have. It's about how you feel about yourself. A man who's grounded, authentic, and doesn't need her approval. That's the guy she can't stop thinking about. That's the guy who flips her world upside down. To make this real, let's paint a picture, a scenario that brings this truth to life. You're at a dive bar on a Friday night, the kind with sticky floors and cheap beer. There's a guy in the corner. Let's call him Chad. He's got the full package, Rolex glinting, tailored suit, dropping hints about his tech startup. He's loud, making sure everyone knows he's a big deal. Then there's Jake, leaning against the bar in a faded black tee, sipping a Miller Lite. Someone in the group cracks a joke, and Jake fires back with a line so sharp it cuts through the noise. He doesn't shout it, doesn't preen, just delivers it with a smirk and a calm that says he doesn't care who's listening. The room shifts. Every woman's eyes are on Jake, not Chad. Why? Because Jake's energy screams, "I'm enough." Chad's screaming, "Please notice me." Jake didn't need to flex his bank account or his resume. He owned the moment with pure, unfiltered confidence. Women aren't calculating his net worth. They're feeling his vibe. They're drawn to the guy who's comfortable in his own skin, not the one begging for their approval. Now let's talk about what happens if you keep missing this truth. The consequences of staying stuck in the validation trap. If you keep chasing society's checklist, you're signing up for a lifetime of frustration. You'll grind harder, earn more, sculpt the perfect physique, thinking this will finally make you desirable. But it won't. The harder you try to prove your worth, the more you signal you don't believe you have it. Women sense that neediness. Like a predator smells fear. You'll become the guy who's great on paper, but invisible in her heart. You'll fall into what I call the validation death spiral, a cycle where you chase external wins to fill an internal void, only to feel emptier when they don't deliver. You'll grow bitter, maybe even resentful, blaming women, the world, or yourself. Worst of all, you'll lose the man you could have been, trapped chasing a version of success that was never yours to begin with. You'll wake up one day and realize you've built a life for everyone else's approval, not your own. Here's where we flip the script with the wake-up call. Your path to becoming the man women chase and the world respects. This isn't about pickup lines or quick fixes. It's about transforming who you are from the inside out. Let's break it down into steps that hit hard and build you up. Mastering the nothing bothers me mindset. To take control of your emotions, you need to start with self-validation. Stop waiting for her text, her smile, her approval to feel like you're enough. Look in the mirror every morning and say, "I'm good as I am." Mean it. Confidence isn't built from a six-pack or a promotion. It's built from self-acceptance. Practice this daily, like a muscle you're training. When you stop needing external wins to feel worthy, you start radiating a calm that women can't ignore, living in the moment like it's your last. Presence is your superpower. Next time you're talking to a woman, put your phone away. Stop planning your next line. Just be there. Listen. Look her in the eyes. Let the silence sit if it comes. Most men are stuck in their heads, obsessing over outcomes or past failures. But when you're fully present, you create a magnetic field. She feels seen, heard, valued in a way most guys can't deliver. It's rare and it's powerful. Try this. Next conversation, focus on her words. Like they're the only thing in the world. Watch how she lights up, owning your no. Here's a twist most men never consider. Sometimes the most attractive thing you can do is say no. Turn down a date if it doesn't feel right. Pass on a hookup if you're not in the mood. Not because you're playing games, but because you know you've got options. Abundance isn't about bragging or flirting with other women in front of her. It's the quiet confidence of a man who doesn't need to jump at every chance. This signals you're not desperate, you're not chasing, and you can't be manipulated. It's catnip to women because it's so damn rare, staying rock solid under pressure. Stoicism isn't about being a robot, it's about being a rock in a storm. Women will test you. Maybe she's distant. Maybe she throws a jab to see if you flinch. Don't react. Don't get mad when she's cold. Don't get giddy when she's sweet. Stay calm, centered, grounded. This non-reactivity screams strength. It says you're not swayed by her moods or games. Practice this by breathing through tense moments. Count to 5. Stay steady. She'll notice, and she'll want more. Living your own damn truth. Forget society's script. Why do you want that car, that job, that body? If it's to impress someone else, you're in the trap. Ask yourself, what do I want? Pursue that, unapologetically. Maybe it's painting, hiking, starting a weird side hustle, whatever lights you up. Authenticity is the rarest currency in a world of posers. When you live for yourself, not for applause, you become magnetic. Women don't just notice, they're drawn to a man who's free from the matrix. Finding your internal peace. This is the Holy Grail. Do the work to heal your wounds. Therapy, meditation, journaling, whatever it takes to resolve the insecurities holding you back. Most men are walking around with internal chaos, seeking women to fix it. But when you're at peace with yourself, you don't need her to complete you. You give without expecting. Love without clinging. That energy is intoxicating because it's so rare. Start small. Spend 10 minutes a day reflecting on what you're grateful for. Build from there. This isn't just about getting women, it's about becoming a man you'd bet on. When you embody these qualities, self-validation, presence, abundance, stoicism, authenticity, peace, you don't just attract women, you attract respect, loyalty, a life that feels like yours. You become the guy who doesn't chase, because the world chases him. But here's a warning. Don't twist this into manipulation. These principles are about building real connections, not exploiting vulnerabilities. Women are human, with their own fears and desires. Treat them with respect, always. The goal isn't to control them, it's to free yourself. Let's wrap this with a hard truth. The man women chase is the man who's whole without them. When you're emotionally self-sufficient, living authentically, at peace with who you are, you become magnetic. This isn't a quick fix, it's a transformation. It's about becoming the kind of man you'd respect, the kind you'd want in your corner. Do this work, and you won't just see women chasing you. You'll see a life you're excited to live, with or without them. So here's your call to action. Start today. Pick one step. Maybe it's practicing presence or auditing your motivations, and commit to it for 30 days. Share this.